All right, today we're diving into something called DAI. Imagine a digital dollar, but with a huge twist. There's no bank, no company, no one person calling the shots. So how in the world does that work? Well, that's what we're going to break down.
So, let's just kick things off with a pretty wild question. What if money wasn't controlled by the big banks or governments we're all used to? This isn't just some hypothetical, it's the actual idea that DAI is built on.
Okay, before we get into the weeds, we've got to get one key term straight: stablecoin. Just like the name says, it's a crypto that's built to be stable. DAI's whole goal is to be worth $1, always. And that stability is absolutely crucial, right? It's the bridge between the crazy up and down world of crypto and the normal, predictable money we use every day. But here's the thing. DAI isn't just another stablecoin. You can't just lump it in with the others. It's a completely new kind of dollar, built from the ground up on a totally different philosophy. So, what's the deal? What actually makes it so different?
This slide really lays it all out. See, most stablecoins are pretty simple. A company takes in a bunch of real dollars, sticks them in a bank, and then issues a digital token for each dollar. But DAI, it's the polar opposite. It's decentralized, meaning a community governs it. It's backed by other crypto assets that are locked up in code, what we call smart contracts. And maybe most importantly, it's totally transparent. You can see everything on the blockchain. There's no guessing what's in the vault.
So, if there's no company, who's steering the ship? Well, that's where this thing called MakerDAO comes in. It's a decentralized autonomous organization. Basically, people who hold its special governance token get to vote on the rules of the system. They make all the decisions together to keep DAI stable. It's a pretty radical idea for how to run a financial system.
Okay, this all sounds pretty wild, but it brings up a huge question. If there's no one printing it, where does DAI even come from? Let's take a look under the hood at the digital money machine that creates it.
The magic behind this whole system boils down to one key concept: overcollateralization. And honestly, the best way to wrap your head around it is to think of a digital pawn shop. You bring in something valuable, say a watch, and they give you a loan that's worth less than the watch. That extra value is their safety net. DAI works on the exact same principle.
Here's how you actually do it. It's a simple three-step process. First, you take a crypto asset you own, let's say Ethereum, and you lock it into a special smart contract called a vault. Once that asset is locked up in the vault, you get the ability to generate or mint brand new DAI. You're basically taking out a loan against your own stuff.
And here's where that over part of overcollateralization comes in. This example makes it super clear. To get your hands on $100 of DAI, you have to lock up more than $100 worth of collateral. So you deposit something like $150 worth of Ethereum. That extra $50, that's the safety cushion. It protects the whole system in case the price of your Ethereum starts to drop.
Okay, so now we know how DAI is born. But the real trick, the billion-dollar question, is how does this decentralized system pull off its most important job, staying stable at exactly $1? It's a seriously delicate balancing act.
Yeah, this is the big one, right? Without a central bank messing with interest rates or a big vault full of cash, how does DAI actually stick to its $1 peg? It's not magic. It's a really clever system of push and pull economic forces.
The system has a few different knobs and levers it can turn. First, you've got stability fees. You can think of these just like interest rates. The community can vote to raise them, which makes borrowing DAI more expensive and slows down its creation. Or they can lower them to encourage more people to mint DAI. Then there's the liquidation hammer. If the value of someone's collateral drops too close to the amount of DAI they borrowed, the system automatically sells it off to protect the peg. And who decides how to tune all these things? The community, through those governance votes. They're constantly making tiny adjustments to keep everything perfectly balanced around $1.
Now, as innovative as all this is, we've got to be real. A system this new and ambitious, well, it doesn't come without some pretty significant risks. So let's take a minute for a quick reality check.
So, what could actually go wrong? Well, for starters, what if the entire crypto market just has a catastrophic crash? That would put a massive strain on the system. And what about the smart contracts themselves? In this world, code is law. And if there's a tiny bug hidden in millions of lines of code, it could have devastating consequences. And you also have to trust the community to make smart decisions. What if they don't? It's an incredibly powerful system, for sure, but it is not invincible.
So, with all those risks in mind, why should we even care about DAI? Why does it matter? Let's zoom out for a second and look at where it fits into the bigger picture. You know, the future of money itself.
Here's the thing to really understand. DAI isn't just another coin. It's more like a fundamental Lego brick for this whole new financial world that people are building called decentralized finance, or DeFi. If you want to build a whole system for lending, borrowing, and trading that runs on code instead of trust in companies, you absolutely need a stable, reliable, and decentralized form of money. DAI was built to be that brick.
And look, this isn't just some far-off theory. People are using DAI right now for all kinds of real-world stuff. It's the backbone for countless decentralized lending platforms. People use it to send money across borders. It's a safe place to keep your money inside the crypto world without riding the crazy price waves. It has actual, practical uses today.
And that really brings us to the final thought here. This quote just nails it. DAI is so much more than a stablecoin. It's a bold, massive experiment. It's testing a really profound idea. Can we, as a global community, create a fair, transparent, and user-controlled form of money? And really, what could be more revolutionary than that?